Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone. My name is Dr. Muhammad bin Shahruddin, internal medicine physician from Columbia Asia Hospital. So today we will be busting some myth regarding malaria infection. It is actually false because we subdivide malaria infection basically into two: uncomplicated and complicated malaria. Complicated malaria is also called severe malaria. In this case, the severe malaria can cause bloodstream infection and affect important organs such as the brain, heart, kidney and the liver. So this can cause death. And in patients who develop severe malaria, 10 to 20% chance of death, especially if the treatment is not started early. This is true in areas that has high prevalence of malaria, especially in Africa where they have repeated infection. So with every infection, the body will develop some immunity to the infection, and then it will cause the next infection to be less severe and less chance of death. False, because the mosquito in malaria infection is called Anopheles. It doesn't produce loud sound. This malaria infection is parasite which is called Plasmodium. It is transmitted largely by Anopheles mosquito. The mosquito will harbor the parasite in the body, and also when they inject or bite us to get the blood from us, and then at the same time it will pass the parasite to us. In some rare situation, it can also be transmitted by blood transfusion if, for example, the donor has a malaria infection. And finally, another possibility is where we call it congenital malaria, where a mother passed the malaria infection to the baby before or during childbirth. Finally, regarding malaria infection, although currently we know the prevalence of malaria infection in the world is reducing every year, but we still need to take precaution, especially if you're going to areas that involve rural areas. So if you are going to visit rural areas, one, we have to be careful in trying to protect ourselves from getting bitten by mosquito. And actually there is, we call it chemoprophylaxis. If you're going into area, specific area that has high prevalence of malaria, you can actually get some medication for prevention. In this matter, you can discuss with your doctor or healthcare provider regarding this.